Hello guys, and welcome to episode number 44, where we will be solving 5 more SQL problems, this time from Apple and other companies. So let's get started right here with problem number 1, which is from Apple, Dell, and Microsoft combined. Write a query that returns the number of unique users per client per month. We have 2 group bys, and here we have number of unique users. We have distinct. Alright, so let's do that. We have to do per client per month. Client ID is a varchar. If we look at the data, client ID, they shouldn't even have named it ID, to be honest. Just client type would have been better. So we're going to say select client ID, and then we want to say the month of the time ID. We're going to call this the month. And then we want number of unique users. Now a user is obviously user ID. So we're going to count distinct user ID. We're going to name it number of users. Now we're going to finish our group by clause here. We're going to put exactly this. We're going to group by the client first and then the month after. And this should be the final solution. There it is. So quick recap. For every month of every client right here, we are simply calculating the count of distinct users. Problem number 2, find date when Apple opening stock reached maximum. Sounds like a filter right here. We have to return the date, probably on the same row. We have to find the maximum value, right? The maximum value of opening stock. Then we have to return the equivalent date. If we check the data right here, basically we have to look for the maximum value right here in this column, and then we have to return the corresponding date on this row. So we're going to say we want to select the date from this table, and the condition is that open, seems open right here, has to be the maximum value. We can simply check for the maximum value of open because it's just one number by creating a subquery. We're going to say select the maximum open from this right here. So this right here is a subquery. And this will return us the maximum value of open in the same table. You see, we wrote here the same table. So basically now we're selecting the date where open right here equals with the maximum in the same table. And let's check out the solution. Seems to be correct. Problem number 3, write a query, return all customer ID, violating primary key constraints in customer dimension. Customer dimension is the table. Customers who are present more than once. For example, customer C123 is present 3 times. The query should return. Alright, so we have 2 columns to output. We have this one and this one. We have to count for every customer ID. We have to count the number of entries. And we have to filter to only show the ones that have more than 1 entry. So that is very simple with a simple group by and a filter. We're going to select all the customer IDs and then the count of rows. We're going to call it number of entries. And we're going to finish our for each statement here. So for every customer, show me the total number of entries. Now, if we just run this, we are going to get a lot of values with 1, and we don't want those. So we have to filter these. We're going to filter with having the number of entries more than 1. So at least 2. And that would be the actual final solution right here. So quick recap, for every customer right here, we want to count the number of entries. The number of rows. We only want to show the customers where the number of entries are more than 1. So at least 2. Problem number 3, this one from Amazon and Siemens. You have been asked to calculate the total salary for each department. Provide salary as well as department. We have 2 columns to output, 1 group by, and very easy this one. Again, for each department, let's check here. We have a column called department, and we're going to finish our group by here. For each department, part is done. Now we have to total salary. Salary here, it's an integer. We have to sum it up. Sum of salary. We're gonna call it total salary. And this should be the final answer. Super simple, this one. Quick explanation: for every department, we want to calculate the sum of salary. And problem number 5, guys, the last one for today. This one is from Stripe and Amazon combined. We have to print the first name after removing white space from the right side. Very easy. We just have to use the right trim function. So we're going to say rtrim of, what do we have here? First name. This is it. This is all we have. Altered name. Let's just call it altered name. And that seems to be correct. So not much to explain here, guys. It's just we use this function to remove the trim. Trimming means removing the space. So right here, let's say the name would be between these quotes. It would be the first one, Monica there. We have a space here. So we want to remove this space here, and we can use the right trim, which will trim this white space. And then we will have the name like this. So that was it for today, guys. A short one, pretty easy, nothing too complicated. Thank you for watching. And if you enjoy these types of problems, I highly encourage you to join the StrataScratch community. Consider using the affiliate link in the description below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.